Good evening, Basel fans. Welcome here to the 2023 FIBA Basel World Cup. We're live in the Araneta Coliseum in Metro Manila, but please enjoy the local talents.
Puerto Rico, this is the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Win for all.
Well, when you win for all here at the 2023 FIBA Basel World Cup. In a moment, it's going to be the winner heads to the quarterfinals. Well, hi, everybody. I'm your commentator, Josh Bett, alongside head coach of the Austin Spurs, Will Voigt. Coach, it literally is winner takes all.
Yeah, what a day we have here at Araneta Coliseum. Both games a do or die for these teams.
Well, the Puerto Ricans coming out here with John Holland and Isaiah Pinheiro, but again, this big man was the sole reason that they came up with that ever so big victory against the Dominican Republic. Huge block at the end of that game that led to the John Holland three-pointer.
Well, Connaught has been huge this entire World Cup, really sparking this defense with his effort. Also one of the leading rebounders here at the World Cup, averaging 3.8 offensive rebounds to go along with 12.5 points per game.
Well, this team, of course, inspiring game by game, every possession they've had together. I mean, they are a brotherhood. Here comes Ismael Romero, who's been a huge revelation for them after that disappointing opening game where he missed those two free throws in regulation and could have seen them win against South Sudan without having to go to overtime. But, of course, there's one player, this man, Tremont Waters. No doubt NBA scouts have been watching how great he's been at this FIBA Basel World Cup.
Well, he put on a show in their last game, 37 points, 11 assists, and 7 rebounds. We know the skills that he has. When he's knocking down shots from the perimeter, this team very hard to beat.
Well, now we head over to the Azzurri, the nickname of the Italians, a team that came up with a big victory against Serbia. Now, we thought that was their second victory in a row. It was actually their third victory against Serbia in a row. Go back to the 2021 Olympic qualifiers in Belgrade. That team also led by Simone Fontecchio. So Italy making a big statement against their Eurobasket rivals the other night.
Yeah, and if you count the test game that they had leading up to the World Cup, it's really 4. So they have found some magic there against Serbia, but they know they have to come out and win again today, or all of that was for nothing.
Well, we've got a team that's won twice the FIBA Eurobasket going up against a team that's twice won the FIBA Americup. And you think about it, you got the Kings of Central America against potential new Kings of Europe.
Well, I mean, this game is a clash of the Titans. Italy really coming into this tournament as one of the favorites. Were upset early on by the Dominican Republic, but regained their form with that big win against Serbia.
Well, let's go back to Italy's first few games, of course. You know, they started out rough a little bit against Angola. They struggled to deal with the physical and athleticism of the defense and offensive rebounding of Angola. But the game where they really found themselves, I mean, they're almost like a roller coaster, was in the third quarter with Simone Fontecchio and with that man, Gigi Datome, the veteran.
Well, those two players really put the team on their back, leading them back from a 16-point deficit. And it's interesting, you know, Italy loves to go to those mid-post isolations. We saw Fontecchio going back there time and time again, they're going to have some size mismatches against this smaller Puerto Rico team.
Well, again, the other game that you'll see tonight is going to be another showdown. It will be a winner-takes-all to the quarterfinals. That will be between the Dominican Republic and Serbia. Well, again, ladies and gentlemen, we kindly ask that if you are able to do so, that you please stand for the national anthems of both Serbia and Italy. There are your standings right now. It'll be the top two that go through. So, of course, all to play for. Italy wins against Puerto Rico. They'll go through along with Serbia. Every team is 3-1 so far here in the group.
Please remain standing for the national anthem of Italy.
National anthems of two very beautiful countries, Puerto Rico and Italia, have been sung. And Coach, now we're going to get set to introduce three of the real MVPs today. Martin Vulic, Mons Koslovskis, and Guilherme Locatelli coming from Brazil, Latvia, and Hrvatska, Croatia. Well, we are very proud to say that we have some of the finest officials here in world basketball. They've done an excellent job in all of our competitions, and they'll continue to do so for the final game of the Arenado Coliseum between Italia and Puerto Rico. Well, Coach, you know, he has had a wonderful experience so far with his team. That epic victory against South Sudan in overtime, he's got to fancy his chances here. They seem like giant killers.
Well, Puerto Rico has found a way to win at this World Cup. Not only the great comeback against South Sudan, but really grinding out that victory against the Dominican Republic. Here they are, just one win away from the quarterfinals.
Well, starting lineup is going to be the backcourt with Pinheiro, Stephen Thompson Jr., but, you know, Tremont Waters, this man. Coach, I'm really serious about me. There's no doubt there's scouts all over the world that are looking at this man. We know that he's currently playing for Gigantes de Carolina in the Superior Basketball League in Puerto Rico, but his talent has gone up a level.
No question about it. He really put on a show in their last game. Had been troubled with some turnovers earlier in the tournament, but was really efficient and solid in scoring 37 points.
Well, George Condon, the big man, had 18.7 rebounds and of his 2 blocks against Dominican Republic. Excuse me, the Dominican Republic. It was the final one in the dying moments that led then to the three-pointer by John Holland. No doubt, he's a scorer, but also a solid endurance policy for Puerto Rico.
Yeah, he's really been the backbone of that defense. Just toughness around the rim, and of course, the offensive rebounding has been elite.
Well, Nestor Colon, the head coach of this Puerto Rican team, but now let's move over to the Azzurri, the Italian national team, 2-time champions of the FIBA Eurobasket. You know, this team, of course, we know how great they are, but every great team also has to go through stumbling blocks. Sometimes they get out of sync, and we've seen that with the Azzurri. A big victory against Serbia, but, you know, this team on paper, many would say they should not have lost to the Dominican Republic.
Well, their issues have been their three-point shooting, just 33% as a team from the three-point line, but against a Serbia, 11 for 21. So oftentimes we've seen when they are not able to knock down those threes, it's affected their overall game.
Well, Simone Fontecchio will be in the backcourt with Stefano Tonuta. Marcus Spisu will be the big lineup with Achille Polonara at the 4. While Nicolo Melli currently playing the center, the man from Olympia Milano, well, the Utah Jazz superstar. I mean, I said it before, he went into a telephone box somewhere here in Kansas City, and he put on the Azzurri flag and became the Italian Superman.
Well, he was unstoppable in that second half. They went to him time and time again during that comeback. Really has shown all the skills on display as he has stepped forward as the true star of this team.
14 points against Serbia, 5 rebounds, a solid performance there from Marcus Spisu. And of course, you know, with him, his three-point shooting, as big as it was against Serbia last summer at the FIBA Eurobasket, tonight it's going to have to be even bigger if they're going to cement a position at the quarterfinals here in the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup. But again, you know, everybody loves this man on the planet. But today, are we going to see the emotional side of Buzeko, or are we going to see a calm Gianmarco Buzeko?
Well, I think the game will dictate that. Obviously, a lot of emotion behind all of this. And, you know, we saw Spisu there earlier. His three-point shooting is crucial for this team. Shooting 50% from the 3. They're going to need him to continue that hot shooting here today.
Well, no doubt, Jamal Waters is going to be on the scouting report here for the Italians. They know how great he is. But, you know, one thing about this man is no matter what defense you put around him, double teams, boxing ones, he finds a way to get open, and he finds a way to make at least 5 three-pointers in the games he's playing.
Well, he's a tough cover, you know, quick little jitterbug, a lot of dribbling moves he can go to. And when he's shooting it from deep, it's tough to defend. You see there, Puerto Rico ranked 3rd in the World Cup with their three-point shooting. That's how they've come back in all these games, never really out of it with that shooting.
Now, first open. Listen, alignment like Detroit. Piñeiro, Ismael, George, Steve, Waters. Hey, Ismael.
Dobbiamo partire forte. Dobbiamo partire forte. Dobbiamo partire forte. Giochiamo uno, il primo gioco.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll momentarily get ready for our official sponsor for the game. There you can see the Tissot countdown to tip-off is underway. A big shout-out and thank you to Tissot for a wonderful partnership and collaboration with FIBA for so many years in the international basketball game. And again, a big shout-out and thank you to our official sponsor, the Tissot countdown to tip-off underway.
To these actions. And he goes. Can it be fair?
Well, the Azzurri entering the floor first there with Marcus Spisu, Stefano Tonuta shaking hands with Mont Vulic, Guilherme Locatelli, and Mon Kozlowskis are 3 referees. The Azzurri coming out in white, Puerto Ricans coming out in their predominant red colors. Well, Coach, we looked at the history between these two teams. 60 years ago, a very, very, very long time ago, these two teams met in a FIBA Basketball World Cup. I repeat, on 1963, at the 4th ever FIBA Basketball World Cup, Puerto Rico met the Italians for the first time, and they won their first matchup. But, you know, since then, Puerto Rico's never defeated the Italians in the FIBA Basketball World Cup, so can they change the narrative? That will be the question.
Yeah, Italy 6-1 versus Puerto Rico at the World Cup. They've won their last 12 meetings overall, so tall task here for Puerto Rico. But I'm curious to see how Italy will start this game out with pick and roll coverage on Waters. Typically, Italy likes to switch 1 through 5. That's a tough cover for their bigs out on the perimeter. Will they switch or maybe look to do some trapping and hedging, try to get Waters to give up the ball early?
Well, Waters is going to have a big game here tonight. Carlos Arroyo currently sitting in the building. That's who's made eye contact with. Stefano Tonut is probably going to have a big defensive duty here. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup. We're underway. Puerto Rico currently taking on the Italians. We're going to start with Stefano Tonut here against Jamal Waters. That's a good defensive matchup because you know how aggressive Stefano Tonut is.
Well, he's going to try to use his physicality, make things difficult for Waters. See there, Italy playing the pick and roll straight up.
Well, you said it right away. How are they going to defend that? And that's just too easy for Waters and Ismael Romero taking on Spissu and Nicolo Melli. So they're coming off one screen, finding a handoff. Spissu now kicks out to Polonara. Well, Polonara has struggled from the perimeter again. Can't get his right angle on the shot. But Waters just throwing that one a little bit too long. And very uncharacteristic mistake there by Jamal Waters.
Well, those are the turnovers that plagued him earlier on in this World Cup. He's got to know throwing that deep outlet pass to Condit there, really not something that they're going to get a lot out of.
Montecchio coming off a ball screen. Polonara trying to take on Pinheiro. Oh, nice stop. Beautiful time there. Spissu faked out everybody. Camera people, commentators, and even his own teammates on that pass.
Yeah, just a little too fast a pass there for Melli to handle. You see both teams a little jittery here to start. I think that's to be expected.
Well, Puerto Rico's got to get the ball inbound. It's a ball way for Puerto Rico to kind of succumb to the Italian full court pressure.
Yeah, close to a 5-second call there. You saw Spissu turn to the ref, wanting it to be a 5-second count.
Well, now trying to use an off screen here for George Condit. Waters here in the backcourt, guarded by Stefano Tonut. Trying to find the isolation. Here comes the pick and roll sequence again with Romero and Waters. Waters splits the defense, finds Romero again. The big man, just finding a field day here off the pick and roll.
And that's twice we've seen Melli in a drop instead of the switch. Both times Waters able to find a nice drop-off pass to his big.
Montecchio trying to get a post up hit. Pinheiro trying to be aggressive. Spissu pulls up for three. Three is up. Three is good. That's what they need from Marco.
Yeah, big shot there. Came off the screen with an open look, and for him to start with confidence is a great sign for Italy.
Well, Cam Waters gets something here for the isolation. Waters finds Condit. Condit going all the way. Finds Romero one more time. And again, the rejection by Nicolo Melli. Well, Tonut going all the way. Again, a nice little transition play there from the Italians, converting the Puerto Rican turnover.
That's what Tonut does best. Uses that athleticism in the open court. Wants to drive to the basket whenever he can.
Well, Waters pulls up for Hail Mary three-point again. That's not a good shot for him. A bit of a delayed call there from the officials. Only just decided to call the foul when Polonara was on the ground, I think. Look at the block shot there from Melli. Oh, coach, that was...
Yeah, beautiful timing there from Melli. Just caught it on the way up there.
You think on the way up? Not...
I think he did.
Gravity wasn't playing any factors there.
It's close.
Polonara now, deep three, he'll take it. Still can't get it. Melli gets a second chance here for the Italians. He's leading by 1 point so far. This is good ballman. Tonut going down the middle, hangs in the air, gets the ab one, and Stefano Tonut will go to the free throw line here for the three-point play.
Yeah, great finish there from Tonut. But Stevie Thompson needs to be smarter here on the closeout. You know that Tonut wants to penetrate with that strong right hand. Thompson needs to close out square, make him beat him from the perimeter.
Tonut, of course, renowned for his aggression. Hasn't run to his game. I remember in 2016-17 when he was playing for Monterrey Venezia, still relatively in the midst of his prime as they give up another rebound. Italians leading by 3. Finding Fontecchio, penetration, Fontecchio! And again, are you kidding me? Superman just went to put Ismael Romero on a poster that time.
Yeah, beautiful finish there from Fontecchio. No weak side help defense there for Puerto Rico.
Junior now trying to find a penetration. Puerto Rico just look a little bit shell-shocked here. Romero trying to post up. Romero goes in, they're going to pull a charger against Ismael Romero. Now again, I'm assuming he was outside the restricted area, but had he not been, it's because he's the primary defender in this case.
Right, that's correct. So, you know, you see the back heel there, but it doesn't matter because he is the primary defender. A little bit of a risk there going down to the ground, but you can see there was contact. Romero lowering that shoulder a little bit.
Again, the international game is all about intelligence and also timing your charges, trying to go backdoor. Stacey just a little bit overambitious. The officials may decide to review this one.
Well, you know, often when there's such a strong reaction from everyone, the officials will come in and sort of realize they made a mistake. There was a quick reaction from all the Italian players, so I would assume that this is the correct call here.
So baseline ball back to the Azzurri. Real hot play the first quarter. So they're trying to hang up in the air. And again, this man just knows how to elevate and make draw contact with the bigs.
But again, Stevie Thompson allowing him to get to that strong right hand where he's so hard to defend going downhill.
Yura coming off one screen. Tries to go for the mid-range. Just can't get it. This is better from Puerto Rico, fighting for offensive boards. Thompson through in the corner. No good. Only tries to save this. Unable to do so. And now the Italians, they have numbers. Spissu back to Tonut, and again, it's a bit of showtime. And Zuri Palacanestro. Now it's a 9-point lead, coach, here to the Italians, and they are running wild all over the basketball court.
Yeah, beautiful transition basketball. You see Condit trying to save it for his team. Italy coming up with the loose ball, and Spissu with the beautiful pass here to Tonut. Great start here for him and his team.
Well, let's go listen now to Coach Nelson.
We got 14 overs in 4 minutes. Passes, charge. We have to run back. We're talking about the transition defense. Press open, atiende. Press break. When we go here, Tramo, George y Steve, bring down. Steve, go here.
Bravo, Steve. Bravo, Marco, bravo.
We see the advanced stats there for Marco Spissu and Tremont Waters, coach. I mean, Spissu really does a good job of just keeping the ball under control.
Well, he really does. He gets his players involved, able to knock down threes when they need him to do that. Really been a steady playmaker for this team so far.
Well, Puerto Rico just need to find a little bit of stability in their offense at the moment, trying to find some good shots. And, you know, turn the Italians stepping up the defensive intensity and just making Puerto Rico turn the ball over.
Well, Puerto Rico's been here before. We've seen a couple of big comebacks from them here at the World Cup, so they're not rattled by this lead here for Italy.
Woods now coming off one screen, hesitates. Comes back up with it. Pump fakes. Finds Kid Urban again, another turnover. Now Stefano Tonut pump fakes. This guy just making it look easy, coach.
Well, Tonut's been so tough there around the rim, able to get by his man there in transition. If you're Waters, you've got to sprint back after that turnover.
Waters goes to the mid-range. Again, stepping up big time there with the 50-foot jump shot. And they need that from Tremont Waters, if he gets his numbers, Puerto Rico, they get a driving force.
You see Puerto Rico here in the 2-3 zone, trying to find something to slow down this Italian offense right now.
Fontecchio wide open. Step back. Goes for three in the corner. It's way off the mark. Now Puerto Rico looking to push this one. Trailing by 9 points. Finds Romero again. Romero trying to bully his way, but again, just can't finish it. He's got to take those opportunities, Coach.
Yeah, he really does. He'd like to have that one back. You saw Italy a little more aggressive in their pick and roll coverage that time.
Well, trying to backdoor. Good hands by Pinheiro. Now, Thompson was wide open. Trying to get the ball primarily to Tremont Waters, but if they can get something in transition, that's what Puerto Rico wants to do. They want to push the tempo. Waters step back three-pointer. Are you kidding me? This guy, again, shaking, baking, and delivering here for Puerto Rico.
Well, we saw that on display against the Dominican Republic. He's capable of putting this offense on his back, creating his own shot there off the dribble.
Well, Spisu trying to respond to a three-pointer. Marcus Spisu, again, second time he's hit a three-pointer from the same area. He's now looking to go to work. What is going on the reverse side, but at the moment he is just taking Stefano Tonu right to school.
Well, he is such a tough cover out there. You saw the step back three-pointer before that, so Tonu having to press up, this time beating off the dribble.
A three-pointer miss here from Fontecchio. Seven-point ball game. Waters finding Romero again, making everything happen on both ends of the floor, scoring, but this time facilitating. And now Gianmarco Bezzecco has to call timeout as his team's 11-point lead is now cut down to 5.
And that's 3 times now we've seen Melly in this deep drop here. Waters able to shake and bake and find these bigs on drop-offs. Be curious to see if Italy changes up that pick and roll coverage to something a little more aggressive.
Waters right now just being the primary go-to player for the Puerto Ricans. Let's listen now to Gianmarco Bezzecco.
Dobbiamo, soprattutto se marchiamo I lunghi, dobbiamo aiutarlo. Cioè, ho la percezione che non me ne fotte un cazzo. Ok? Bene. Seconda cosa, dobbiamo fare l'attacchi come contro l'uomo, quindi vuol dire fare I blocchi, attacchiamo e la passiamo. Ok? Ok? Oh! Il problema qual è, Ste? Mandalo sul blocco.
You can see Waters again, Coach. I mean, this guy's got vision. You know, we talk about his turnovers. Yes, he does make a few impulsive decisions, but he sees everything in the half court and in the full court.
Well, he's such a tough pick and roll player, able to knock down the three, but also find his bigs as well. I'm curious here, Italy sticking with that drop from their 5 so far, and Waters really having his way against that. Will they go to their more traditional switching 1 through 5, or maybe even some trapping and hedging from their bigs? Right now, Waters very comfortable in those pick and roll situations.
Well, there you can see the advanced stats of how long he has the ball in his hands on every attack, but also the amount of area he covers on the basketball court. Waters currently cutting it down a 5-point ball game.
Yeah, Puerto Rico sticking with this 2-3 zone.
Well, finds Melly. Melly throwing a tough one there to Tome. Spisu's got 2 threes. Thought about going for a third one. Now Melly tries a three-pointer. Can't get it. The Italians get an offensive rebound. Well, this is good for Prochida. Finding Melly. Oh, no, Richie. Well, that just rims in and out. Gianpaolo Ricci has been known to hit a few three-pointers here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup.
Well, that's what he normally does, just has that ball go in and out. They're going to need him to knock down threes to get Puerto Rico out of this 2-3 zone.
Thompson Jr. going down the lane. Finds Pinheiro. Waters baseline. Oh, again, Butterfingers there from Romero. Now the Italians can break. Goes baseline. Spisu's made 2 threes. Doesn't take this one. Puts up a teardrop one. Had the three-pointer. Finds Gigi in the corner. Gigi for 3. Seems the Italians just fall out of sync, but can't Marcus Spisu respond. And it's once you talk about the three-point shoot, they go in spells where they're very consistent, but then spells where they're just not so consistent.
I mean, that's really been their Achilles heel in big competition. So their ability to knock down the three, and what a pass there from Waters.
Well, we might need to call him the professor right now because he is just doing everything on the basketball court here for Puerto Rico.
Yeah, beautiful drop off. No look over the shoulder pass there. Waters showing all the skills.
Finds Spisu, pump fakes. Spisu going all the way. Good hold up defense by Gianpaolo Ricci. Foul has been committed. 5-point leads the Italians. 1:31 to go here in the first quarter. Well, here's the dime again. Well, he put the dime in the vending machine, put out number one, and out came a bucket from George Condon. Again, the dime master. That Jamal Waters, but now they're making a change here in the backcourt. They're bringing Waters, coach, off the point guard, and Howard on the ball.
Yeah, well, Howard, another dynamic scorer, makes their backcourt very small, but staying in that 2-3 zone is a way to avoid these post mismatches.
Well, not a turnover there. Condon saying he wanted to cut to the basket. Waters saying you got to be ready for that big man.
And that's the issue with Waters, such a dynamic playmaker, but the turnover is sometimes an issue. That's his 4th turnover already in this first quarter.
Well, John Holland also checking into the game here for the Puerto Ricans. The bench of this Puerto Rican team does go very deep. Finding Jatome. They're going to pick a pop here with Gigi. Gigi got it by Ortiz. Trying to go baseline, takes a tough mid-range, finds a separation. That's what the veteran does best.
Well, that right mid-post isolation has been the bread and butter of this Italian team. We saw Fontecchio go there time and time against Serbia, and now Datomi there with the tough shot.
Well, finding Howard. Step back quick three coming from Waters in the corner. Doesn't get that one. Now the Italians, 7-point lead. It can make this double digits, going down low to Gianpaolo Ricci. And the and one's going to be called. Well, the Puerto Ricans just went on a little run there, but the Italians just riding the storm, and now could go up by double digits.
Yeah, Puerto Rico just lost their matchup, and that's a big second foul there on Condon. It looks like he's going to stay in the game. But we've seen this before. There are stretches in the game where Puerto Rico really looks a little flat. You think they're out of it, and then suddenly they come alive. Sometimes it's the dynamic play of Waters that gets them going. But right now, just a little out of sync here to start this game.
It's going to be an interesting stretch to this game as we go down to the wire. The Azzurri currently leading by 9 can make this a double-digit lead here with Gianpaolo Ricci at the free throw line. Converts a 3-point play. Puerto Rico can have the very last shot here in the first quarter.
And the youngsters in the game here for defense. You've got Spagnola on the ball. Prashida also checked in. We'll have to defend Waters on this last play.
Howard here heavily guarded. That's going to be a hard foul. It's going to be the second team foul for the Italians.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason why Proscida's in. They're going to use all these fouls as best they can.
Spagnola also in the floor here for the Italians. Want to go back door here. Another turnover for the Puerto Ricans. And again, that's how they'll finish the first quarter as the Italians lead this one 25-15. The winner will book their ticket to the quarterfinals of the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup. Coach, has been a good first quarter so far.
Well, a good quarter for Italy. They've got to feel great about the way they've started this game out. For Puerto Rico, they've got to take care of the ball. Waters with 5 turnovers already in this first quarter.
You see the Italians 2 for 10 on the perimeter. Well, here are some of your top plays in the first quarter. Waters coming off one ball screen. That was the early stages. I mean, that pick and roll was just too easily executed by the Puerto Ricans, but the Italians stepping up their defense, but also now we're seeing the vulnerability of Tremont Waters at times in the backcourt. Costly turnovers do at times hurt Puerto Rico.
Well, you know, surprising to see Italy in those drops with their fives. Traditionally, they like to switch 1 through 5. Waters, when he's comfortable in pick and roll, finding these bigs on the roll. But you can see when he's pressured, can be very turnover prone with some of his decisions.
Well, there was the save by George Condit, unable to secure this one. But look at the transition here from the Italian. Spisu finding Stefano Tonut. That was a good seal-off by Gianpaolo Ricci, which then allowed Spisu to go to the bucket for an easy layup in the Italian fans. Well, they are loving the occasion, Coach. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there is the QR code to get courtside 1891. Use that QR code now to get the best stream schedules and scores. The official platform of FIBA, bringing you the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup. Use that QR code today, ladies and gentlemen, and download courtside 1891. Well, Puerto Rico still going with the smaller backcourt lineup here with Tremont Waters and Howard on the floor. Oh, no, my apologies. Tremont Waters is on the bench, actually, so they're giving Waters a break. So Howard is going to remain primary ball handler here for Puerto Rico. Slight bigger lineup for the Puerto Ricans.
And interesting, Italy's keeping Kushida on the floor here, so the youngster getting some really valuable minutes.
Kushida getting a handoff with Tome. Tome left wide open. But Puerto Rico took a gamble on that one. Trailing by 10 points. Can the Puerto Ricans get something here? Howard makes the contact, gets the and one, and he'll go to the free throw line. You know, one thing I like about Howard's game is that, you know what, he does not lack any confidence. He might miss 5 shots in a row, but you know he's going to take the next one if he's wide open.
Well, they need him to get going. He's a dynamic scorer, almost on the level of Waters. They can use him the same way, put him in pick and roll, let him find his spots there. Great for Puerto Rico to see that first one go down for him.
Well, that's a 3-point play, cutting it back down to a 7-point ball game. Puerto Rico back hill again. Italians just trying to secure and get back to that rhythm.
And Puerto Rico back in that 2-3 zone.
Now they're trying to cross over. Trying to crush it up. So again, salute for it. Again, elevating from the mid-range. Just a simple follow-through with the connection.
Well, that right mid-range has been money for the Italian national team. We see them go back to it time and time again.
Well, Romero missing the layup. They're trying to put a bit of magic here. Transition from the Azzurri. Take this back to a double-digit lead for the Italians. Tommy's got a mismatch. Step back. This is the bread and butter, but again, doesn't connect on it. Goes out of bounds, but that will be Puerto Rico ball.
Yeah, and Italy loves that matchup there. Datome caught Howard on that post mismatch. We've seen him knock that down more times than not.
Puerto Rico trying to cut it back down to 7, maybe 6. Hot pass for Ortiz. Ortiz makes the contact. He'll go to the free throw line here for the Puerto Ricans. So this is only going to be the second time Puerto Rico's gone to the free throw line tonight, Coach.
Yeah, nice pick and pop there. Severini just a little late on that closeout. Ortiz taking advantage, drawing the foul.
Ortiz, of course, has been a silent assassin, the captain of this Puerto Rican team, but at times he's come into the games just, as I mentioned, mysteriously just popped up and been a superhero at times, hitting big three-pointers and big moments for the Puerto Ricans.
Well, he's a pick-and-pop threat. This time you see him attacking the closeout, but he's definitely had his moments here in the World Cup.
Cutting it back down to 7 points. Puerto Rico just want to keep this to single digits. At least in this quarter if they can. If they can take a lead, of course, at some point, by all means, they'll go for it. The Italians cannot afford to get too casual.
Yeah, Puerto Rico back in their man-to-man defense here.
There's a switch. Here comes it back down. Ford guarding against Richie. Richie has the size advantage, but not capitalized with the putback by Severini.
Yeah, beautiful putback there. Severini reaching around the rim to tip that in. Great play there.
The foul is going to be called against Prashida again. Actually, no arguments. The trip over led to the foul. Missouri wasted no time to bring back in Marcus Spisu.
Well, that's Paiola's third foul there as we see Severini on the beautiful tip-in.
Puerto Rico trailing by 9. Holland turning it over. And again, an awesome turnover there for the Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, the turnovers really starting to mount up here. That's their 7th turnover already in this half.
You know, one positive Puerto Rico can take right now from them is that, you know, they're keeping within this game below 10 points. Remember, they were down by 30 points against Serbia in their second game. A good defense by Ortiz. Severini, 3, corner, takes it. Not get it, but another offensive rebound by the Azzurri. I know in that game against Serbia, Puerto Rico came back, you know, cutting it down to just 10 points. Howard now putting the moves on. I'll tell you what, showcase-wise, Puerto Rico might have the most entertaining backcourt here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup.
Well, they really do. Those two little jitterbugs of Howard and Waters, so difficult to defend, especially in the open court. As you saw the moves on display there for Howard.
They are just prime-time basketball players for sure. Ortiz quick catch and shoot for the mid-range. Can't get this one. Italians looking to extend this back to double digits. Wow, that was a reach there, no doubt, but this angle did look like it was all ball, coach.
Yeah, but again, Puerto Rico struggling with their transition defense. They've given up 7 fast break points in the first quarter, and Italy continuing to run here in the second. They've got to do a better job of getting back.
But that's the point that you made, well, Nelson Colon actually made. He said, look, we talked about transition defense getting back. Right now, we're not doing this. You see the case there, how quickly the Azzurri get the ball up the floor.
Yeah, absolutely. Puerto Rico really wants to be on the other end of those fast break points. Typically the quicker team. So far right now, though, Italy taking advantage.
Ten-point lead to the Italians. Oh, again, it's another costly turnover. Well, Waters making up for it, though. This is better for Puerto Rico, but again, they got to take care of the basketball.
Yeah, they really do. Yet another turnover there from Waters.
One in the corner, finding Howard. Got to make this 3 is up. No good on that one. Howard shoots 3-pointers, coach. He almost has a little bit of a lean back, but he doesn't. You can almost tell when he gets the right balance on his 3-point shot.
Well, you know, often smaller players are used to doing that, trying to create a little extra space there.
Finds Romero. That's a much better transition. The dime coming from Tremont Waters.
Yeah, really tough catch there from Romero, running in transition, able to come down with that outlet pass and finish it. Great play there.
For 7 years I've been commentating international basketball. One of the first years was with the former FIBA Liga de las Americas. Let me tell you something about Ismael Romero. I mean, he runs the basketball floor like a wide receiver. He is just so active.
Yeah, with the athleticism on display there. Really tough catch from Waters. But Romero able to come up with it. And they need more of that. They need to put some fast break points on the board here, try to come back into this game.
Sideline ball here to the Italians. So 6 minutes to go here. 8-point lead. Fontecchio's wide on it. Turn it over again. Good hands by Aleem Ford. She's looking for a handoff. He's just putting his hand in the goofy job. 7-year on the shot clock for Puerto Rico. Now pulls up for a Hail Mary three-pointer, and that's from downtown. And again, we talked about confidence. This guy never short of that.
Well, that's what makes them so dangerous as a team. Both those guys can really get hot, beat you from deep. You see that there from Howard.
Well, so can this man, Marcus Specie, left wide open. Can't get this one. Puerto Rico looking to cut this down a one-possession game, potentially. Well, again, the pass is fumbled with the block shot by Gianpaolo Ricci. And the Italians make the pay. Ricci going give and go here with Melli. That's a steal up, but Ricci not taking advantage of the size mismatch. Was looking to take on Tonud. And it's another turnover here for Puerto Rico. Italians have a 3-on-2. Ready to see Fontecchio. Again, it's just getting reckless, coach. It's like watching a JV basketball tryout.
Well, the ball a little sloppy right now.
Melli looking for the pump fake pass. Well, nice little pump fake there by Nicolo Melli. Adding some bit of composure by the veteran of Olympia Milano.
Well, beautiful move there from Melli. You saw the little dream shake, showed the ball, came back to the other side on the finish.
That's what the Italians needed. Puerto Rico coach, they have to just start turning this ball over. Puerto Rico's 8 turnovers here in the first half.
Yeah, many of them unforced.
Warner's taking a tough one to end of the shot clock. Almost got it. Now it's 4 minutes to go. 7-point lead to the Italians. Fontecchio find a kick out. Tonud wide open to make this a 10-point ball game. Melli with a big offensive rebound. That's going to be the second team foul against Puerto Rico.
It's just too many extra possessions. Italy with 7, now 8 offensive rebounds and enforced 8 turnovers. They've taken 10 more field goal attempts than Puerto Rico. That's tough to beat anybody like that.
Zan Pinheiro is going to come back in the game here for Aleem Ford. Finds Fontecchio. Struggle from the perimeter so far. And again, Melli with a tip in.
Well, it started at the beginning of that possession. Puerto Rico not really set with their 2-3 defense there, scrambling from the beginning. That led to the missed block out on Melli.
Waters finds Ortiz. That's much better for the Puerto Ricans. Penetration leading to a dish off from a backdoor cut by Ortiz. Something they must continue to keep going to. Specie again, just coming back up with it for the Italians. It's on the baseline, and again, it's how many times have we seen the Italians go for penetration? No help side defense from the Puerto Ricans.
Well, another turnover there leading to points. The issue for Puerto Rico is when they're turning the ball over, they're slow to react defensively. There's no time to hang your head. You got to move to the next play. Italy able to cash in once again.
Well, let's go and listen now to what Nelson Colon has to say to his players.
Keep going, guys. Keep going. We was down by 5. Well, hey, press open. Press break. Press break. Water. Piñeiro con Howard. Con Howard. Aquí va a estar Aleem. Perdón. George. Y este es Chris. Cortina aquí. Set the screen to Howard. Y Howard go to the top. When Howard go to the top. Flair. Beat down. Okay? Howard B. Cortina Howard. Howard go to the top and behind. Better angle, 1001, 1002. Nothing happened, pin down. It's not go to the post and split the post, pin down. Mano, everybody go rebound. together,
Score
man.
and stop. Score and stop.
Well, again, you love the heart and effort of Stefano Tona, but look at Marcus Spiso. I mean, he really didn't have to do much there other than just put his hand in the cookie jar and come up with the steal. But again, how many turnovers has that been now for Puerto Rico? I think it's 9 now, Coach, or maybe 8.
Yeah, well, that's 8 or 9 turnovers. But again, it's the reaction after the turnover. You see Ortiz with the Ole defense and nobody behind him to stop the ball. Right now, Italy just playing harder than Puerto Rico.
Body language, very, very precarious right now here from the Puerto Ricans. They need to believe in themselves. But more importantly, they need to be a compact unit collectively. The Euro's wide open. It's a tough pass. 6 on the shot clock. Ortiz has to take the 3. 3 is up. Got it. And that's what the Puerto Ricans need. Cutting it back down to 6 points.
Well, Melli needs to get Ortiz off the 3-point line there. Late in the shot clock, he's got to do a better job with his contest.
Italians only leading by 6 points. They've been terrific so far, but again, they need to maintain that excellence. Kick out. Fontecchio struggled so far, and again, still just can't find his rhythm.
And that's been the only area in this World Cup Fontecchio has struggled. Still hasn't found his 3-point stroke yet.
Down low, finds George Condit. Baseline, Pinheiro pump fakes, bit of contact, gets the one. And Isaiah will go to the free throw line here for the 3-point play. And a chance to cut this down to 3 points, Coach.
Beautiful play there. Condit with the drop off. Pinheiro with the patience here, shows the ball, gets Melli up in the air. See the great finish and 1.
A couple of seasons ago was playing in the Basketball Champions League for Darüşşafaka, where he was the ultimate warrior. You know about this player very well, Isaiah Pinheiro.
Well, he's been solid for this national team for a long time. Does a little bit of everything. Strength and athleticism on display. Typically their best perimeter defender. You see him typically matched up with Fontecchio in a man-to-man situation.
Remember, we talked about 60 years ago was the first time the Italians and the Puerto Ricans met in the FIBA Basketball World Cup. That was in Brazil, the 1963 FIBA World Cup, of course. But the last time they met was in China in 2019. Puerto Rico with a chance to maybe tie the game up. That's if they don't turn the ball over, of course. But again, deja vu all over for this team, Coach.
Yeah, once again, just another unforced turnover. That's been the issue for them this entire half. Need to be a little more disciplined with the ball, but amazingly, you got to look up, see that you're only down 3 points and feel good based on how bad you've played so far in this first half.
He's trying to go through the motions here. Spiso kicks out to Melli. Melli pick and pop in the mid-range. Can't capitalize. Now Puerto Rico with 80 seconds left. Chance to cut down a 1-point ball game. Maybe tie it up if they can. There's Howard. 3 is up. 3 is in and out. Almost cut it. You just knew that was the shot they were going to go for. Again, what a block by Condit. Preventing Tonu from making it a 5-point ball game. Now, is that a shooting foul, Coach? They're going to pull this on the ground, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to give him the free throws here. But Italy in the bonus anyway. You see the beautiful block there from Condit.
Well, that's big-time rim protection, just like he did against the Dominican Republic with the final block that led to John Holland getting the three-pointer and cemented the game for Puerto Rico.
Well, this is what we've seen from Puerto Rico throughout this tournament. Long stretches of sloppy play, but able to stay close, and they can go on these runs with their dynamic duo here of Waters and Howard.
Well, missed the first free throw. 59 seconds left here in the first half. Currently, Tremont Waters, chance to make this a 2-point ball game. Puerto Rico trailed by double digits throughout the majority of the second and first quarter. Makes the second one.
Yeah, nice substitution here from Coach Cologne, taking Condit out of the game with those 2 fouls. Doesn't want him to pick up a third here at the end of the half.
Well, if the Italians Italians are smart here. They can get it 2 for 1. Speaks to find in Polonara. Again, it's taking the deflection off of Ortiz. And will be the Italians' ball on the side with 11 seconds left on the shot clock here for the Azzurri.
Well, this matchup 2-3 zone has given Italy some problems. It's really just been the turnovers that have led to Italian fast breaks. It's been a struggle for them in the half court.
Polonara going in and around the lane, doesn't get it. The Italians come up with a loose ball. Leading by 2 points. Cross court, Gigi, corner. Finds Fontecchio, still looking for that first 3-pointer and still struggling. The foul is going to be called. Foul is going to be against Puerto Rico. Baseline ball coming to the Italians. So Puerto Rico do have 1 foul to give, but there's going to be 12 seconds difference between game and shot clock.
Yeah, Pinheiro clearly shoving Melli in the back there. Good call by the officials.
Only trying to go for a give and go here. Kicks out, Gigi, corner, 3, takes it, got it! And that's a nice execution there from the Azzurri. Getting it back to a 5-point ball game.
Yeah, Puerto Rico's had a hard time in that 2-3 versus the baseline out of bounds. That's twice now we've seen them struggle to match up.
You know, Waters now, it's got to get something going. Waters penetrates. Waters goes off the backboard, and Tramal Waters with the icing off the backboard. Oh, Coach, I'm telling you right now, Mighty Mouse is just taking on the Italians single-handedly here.
Yeah, unbelievable finish there, having to go high over the help side defense. You see Waters' skill on display with that finger roll.
Well, unbelievable play there by Tramal Waters. He has been a huge revelation in this FIBA Basketball World Cup for the Puerto Ricans. Well, we're going to momentarily take a look at the stats and then show you some of the key highlights here from the 3rd quarter. But as it stands, the Azzurri, the Italians lead it by 3 points. The Italians 18% from the perimeter, 3 3-pointers. Puerto Rico only taking 9 so far, but 11 field goals from inside the rainbow.
Well, and that's been the issue for Italy. Their 3-point shooting has not been good here at the World Cup. Really outside of the game versus Serbia, they've had their struggles, Fontecchio especially, and we've seen it continue here today.
Well, big moment now here for these 2 teams at halftime. The winner will go to the quarterfinals. Because as we mentioned, we have 4 teams in the group with records of 3-1. Dominican Republic could be going, well, we'll go up against Serbia, but we could have 2 European teams, we could have 2 Central American teams, we could have a mix of both into the quarterfinals. And that's how exciting it is, Coach. Then you look at the key players, Marcus Spisu, 5 assists and 2 points away from a potential double-double, while already Tramal Waters just needs 4 assists to get to his double-double.
Yeah, but for Waters, he needs to cut down these turnovers. He's got 7 turnovers to go along with those 6 assists, and it's that efficiency that they're going to need from him in the second half.
Well, Waters now here on the key plays from the second quarter. Howard's stepping up big time, making some big shots here for the Puerto Ricans.
Well, Howard is a dynamic scorer, just like Waters.
Those mid-range shooting. You talked about the bread and butter of this Italian team. They do like to go for 15 feet off the dribble.
Well, and they love it from that right side, so they really seek out the mismatches in their backcourt. Love those post isolations there.
Well, here is the tip in from Severini. And again, as a coach, you've always got to love a player that just goes and gives that second bit of effort and goes in for that little second chance point.
Well, I mean, the offensive rebounds and second chance points have been the story of this game. 11 offensive rebounds for 11 second chance points for Italy right now. And that's been the story of this game.
Well, that was a 3-pointer by Howard. Fontecchio, that really has struggled from the perimeter, but one thing he's been bailed out by is the fact that Nicolo Melli and lots of the Italians have gone off to loose balls in this game.
Yeah, it's just the possession game so heavily tilted towards Italy. 15 more field goal attempts in that first half.
Well, there was the penetration by Chris Ortiz. Just a phenomenal performance here so far from the Italians, but credit to Puerto Rico. They were down by 11 as many, but found themselves back in. But look at here, El Señor Agua. Tramal Waters going straight up the backboard. And he has been terrific, Coach.
I mean, that's an incredible finish. The undersized player going high off the glass with the finger roll. High degree of difficulty on that shot.
We'll be back in just over 11 minutes for the second half of this FIBA Basketball World Cup matchup between Puerto Rico and Italy. We'll be back soon.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are all on the same team.
We have the power to change lives through basketball.
Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin,
basketball
can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
Jones down the middle, throws up, and again, the king of South Sudan just went up Cuba Airlines and connecting with the alley-oop. Wade Young Gabriel only trailing by 12 points. So now trying to hang in the air, and somehow, someway, Shilde Dundao just went coast to coast. That is incredible, Coach.
Yeah, beautiful finish here. Dundao giving up so much size.
Kobo is open in the corner. He takes his time, and for good reason, as he sees that shot go in at the buzzer.
Holding on, he'll give it to his buddy. What a nub! Remember the name.
He's going to go to the line to shoot one. He didn't even realize he got hit on the dunk.
Blocks it out, look at the three-pointer. Pulls up in the mid-range, puts it up, and just gets it to drop right at the end of the first half. And you can just hear this crowd slowly get back into this game. Oh, what a rejection by AJ Edu.
Cameron loses the handle. Here comes Ahab Amin. Oh, between the legs. What a play! Hands it off. Going through his legs. Zaran flies in. And Ahab Amin, you're on the highlight reel.
Makshuni running. Extra handle. Baltoon in the finish.
Makshuni just beautifully read, knew that the defense was coming at him. Have a look at it. So he assesses the situation. He sees two of them coming at him, and the no-looker in transition.
The pass deflected. It goes to Marai. Oh, he gets rejected. Toby Smith-Milner. Where did that come from? It's Mexico. So rare that he misses that badly. There's, oh my! Ronde Hollis Jefferson just flies through the air, and even his wife raises her eyebrows.
Way in the flush. That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second half about to get underway here between Puerto Rico and the Italians here in the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup. Well, hi, everybody. I'm your commentator, Josh Bett, alongside the great coach, Will Boyd. Will, you know, the Italians build a surmountable lead in this game by 10 points. But again, take nothing away from Puerto Rico. This team, nothing phases them.
Well, that's right. They've hung around here, and you've got to be worried if you're Italy. You know, you've got 16 extra field goal attempts, yet only up 3 points right now. And you know that Waters and Howard can get going from the perimeter.
Well, again, Howard coming on off the bench and playing some good minutes so far here for the Puerto Ricans. But, you know, it's undeniable the key driving force of this Puerto Rican team has been Tremont Waters. But let's look at the Italians. Simone Fontecchio here, just taking his time to get into this game. He has struggled immensely from the perimeter.
Yeah, just 1 for 7 in this game. He has been struggling from 3, though, throughout this World Cup. 0 for 5 in this game from the three-point line. Italy just 3 for 17 overall as a team in that half.
Tremont Waters, you know, as great as he's been, the one thing that, you know, he has at times shown himself, the vulnerability is the turnovers. But, you know, take nothing away from him. He is just simply a world-class basketball player.
Well, he's a dynamic player, no question about it. Every play with him is a home run play, whether that's a special three-pointer, a beautiful assist, or unfortunately sometimes a sloppy turnover.
Listen, vamos aquí, Joe. Va a sacar Ismael, okay? George, fake and open and receive the ball, George. Top of the key. When George receives the ball by Ismael, being down, the first play that we make in the game. Big on. You swing it. Ismael abajo, cambia. Después de la cortina, la tiene Pete, este es George. Tremont, you go here. You set the back pick to him, you open, reverse, y viene Ismael. You start here.
Well, Coach, at halftime, I bumped into the Lithuanian coaching staff. They are in the building tonight, probably scouting one of their potential, you know, opponents, but they have a game later tonight as well.
Yeah, Lithuania with a chance of winning that group. So they will match up with somebody from this side.
Well, use that QR code to download the official FIBA Basketball World Cup app on your smartphone, tablet, or Android to get the best news, stats, and highlights that matter to you most. Use that QR code to get the official FIBA Basketball World Cup app. Download it today. Well, this is Tremont Waters doing what he does best, right at the dying moments of the first half, slicing and dicing the Azzurri defense down. Yeah, that is just beautiful, Coach.
Yeah, it really is. You know, Polonara there with the help side defense, but Waters with the scoop shot over the big man.
Isaiah Pinheiro now. Waters left wide open. First shot of the second half. Again, just right up back of the halftime interval. Didn't get the right angle on that one. Italians trying to go to dribble handoff. Kicking out to Polonara. Tonic going baseline. Tonu just put in Romero on a poster on that one with a two-handed rim rocker.
Well, you see the athleticism on display there. That's what Tonut does best, attacking those closeouts.
That is just a phenomenal two-handed jam by Stefano Tonut going baseline. Puerto Rico trailing by 5 points. On it with a fadeaway, can't get it. Italians looking to build this one. Turnover again by Stefano Tonut. Kept the confidence of this man. He just said, andiamo a giocare pallacanestro, and he threw it down with a bit of authority on that one. Big time dunk by Stefano Tonut.
Yeah, great finish there. You can see Coach Pizzeco loves it too. Great start to this game for Tonut. 15 big points.
The emotion of this Italian team, predicated from their coach, of course, as Thompson goes for a three-pointer. That's way off the mark. Goes out of bounds, but that will go back to the Italians.
And right now, Puerto Rico needs somebody else on that perimeter to step up for them. Stevie Thompson struggling so far, 0 points in this game.
Puerto Rico yet to score so far here in the second half. Down to Nicolo Melli. Got it by Romero. Melli's got to get something going. Step back to the mid-range. Puts him a tough one. That's going to be, well, tugs it over now. Puerto Rico can try to push this. Waters now finding George Condit off the roll. Condit's got to get something here. And Euro wide open the corner. 3 is up. And again, nothing dropping for the Puerto Ricans, but offensive rebounds. Keeping the bay so far. Almost 2 minutes without a bucket. Back to Condit. Condit is going to get a big-time response. And a throwdown there off Fontecchio.
What a finish from Condit. Beautiful pass there from Waters. And this is what Puerto Rico needs. Offensive rebounding had been a staple for them, but that's just their second offensive rebound this game so far.
3 points of separation. Spissu pulls up the 3, takes this one, can't get it. But Melli with another offensive board. The Italians will get another crack at it. Spissu with a penetration. Foul has been drawn on the ground. But again, George Condit will set the ball screen, said, "Vamos a jugar baloncesto," and went in with no regard. It's just back-to-back rim rocket time here for both these two teams. Well, you gotta love the intensity of both the Italians and the Puerto Ricans, Coach.
Yeah, I've seen the athleticism on display there.
Spissu kicking out to Polonara. He has struggled from the perimeter. Again, it looked like he was going in. Well, I've covered games. I remember when he played for Dinamo Sassari, where he's had games of 6 and 7 3-pointers, but I don't think he's hit a 3-pointer here in the FIBA Basketball World Cup, Coach.
Yeah, he's certainly had his struggles so far.
Waters finding Condit, got it by Tonut. Down to Romero. Romero's got to be big here. Well, Romero turning it over. Well, the Puerto Ricans showing some mental anxiety here. Spissu kicking out. Tonut thought about taking the 3-pointer. Looking for Fontecchio. Time winding down here for the Azzurri. Again, it's another turnover for the Italians. Foul's going to be committed by Marcus Spissu. First team, but whoa. Coach, did that go in the basket?
You know, I was watching Tonut slipping on the floor there. I didn't see if that went in or not, but good foul there from Spissu to stop the fast break.
I'll tell you what, if I'm ever planning to take a vacation somewhere in Connecticut and I see Tremont Waters in town, I'm picking him for my 3-on-3 team, no doubt. I mean, this guy just makes every single shot that you would see on an At-1 mixtape.
Well, he is a dynamic player, no question about that.
Trying to find Waters. Waters in the corner. Tie the game up. Again, the 3's not dropping here for either of these two teams. Well, Puerto Rico getting good looks on the perimeter, but they're just not knocking them down at the moment. Almost turning it over, but the Italians come up with it again. 10 here on the shot clock. Spissu looking for Melli. Outside defense, but another turnover. Good outside defense by George Condit.
Yeah, beautiful help there from Condit. Came over with perfect verticality there. Nowhere for Melli to go.
Waters looking to hesitate. Takes a tough fadeaway right over the... Man, it's a tough one, but good defense by Fontecchio. Spissu finds Richie. Richie, again, it's just... You know, you can understand why he takes those shots because he has time and time shown he can hit the 3-pointers, but... You know, is that a good shot, Coach? I want your analysis on that one.
Well, for him it is. You know, that's what he does best. Perimeter knockdown shooter. And for this Italian team, they like to play free and with confidence.
Trying to find Thompson. Waters still scoreless here in the second half. The Italians making life difficult for him. 2 seconds down. Pinero's got to take the shot here. Takes a tough fadeaway. Got it. That's a big-time shot by the former Darüşşafaka player.
Big shot there. A little taste of his own medicine. Fontecchio loving those mid-range post isolations as well.
Well, there's the penetration. Now Richie getting another wide open look, but again, not dropping here. Puerto Rico coach with a chance to retake the lead. Waters kicking out. Thompson, corner, three. Big time shot. Now it's a 2-point lead here to the Puerto Ricans. And now Puerto Rico está creyendo. They are believing in themselves as now they force Gianmarco Bazecco to call timeout. Big three-pointer by Thompson.
Yeah, we saw Spissu there coming off the corner, trying to stop the penetration from Waters. Close to drawing a charge there, but no call. And Thompson able to knock down that three.
Bravo, buon tiro, secondo cambio. Andiamo. Gigi per Donno e Baia per Marco. Non dobbiamo smettere di difendere. Senti qua. Giochiamo uno lato per Silvio. Dai.
George, if you see Tramo, got a problem. See him open and play with him. Together on three. Together on three. 1, 2, 3.
Well, the Italians, we've seen this from them time and time again in this tournament, especially in the opening game against Angola. They build leads, they build their identity, but at times they just become like a block of Jenga blocks. You know, they just get knocked over from time to time.
Well, their issues in big games has been their perimeter shooting. We're seeing the struggles again today, just 3 for 21 from 3. And were it not for the offensive rebounds and forced turnovers, they could be trailing by a large margin here.
Well, looking to tie this game up, maybe retake the lead if they can. Fontecchio has struggled from the perimeter, but still just can't get it going. But another offensive board here. Well, they're coming big time for the Italians. Fontecchio looking to isolate. And a foul is going to be called against Tremont Waters. It's going to be tough there for George Condit because I think he tried to take the charge, but Waters was the one who committed the foul.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate for him. Looks like he might have got caught in the face there. But Waters with the little push in the back. Italy's scoring issues continue. Just 2 points here in the quarter. You see the tough hit there right to the jaw of Condit.
Well, it's going to be a fresh 14 for the Azzurri. Paola will inbound is now for the Italians. Finds Richie. Richie again avoiding the block there by Pinheiro. Smooth little backdoor, but you know, Puerto Rico's defense really being caught and held left to dry in that one.
They've had issues defending the baseline out of bounds. That time they went to man-to-man, but still struggling to match up. Just a simple back pick and slip. Ricci finding the layup there.
We'll just find a Pinheiro. Condit. A few seconds now. That's force up a Hail Mary three-point. Almost got it. They're pushing the backcourt against Paola. The Azzurri looking to retake the lead. That's good defense. That's well, coach. That's going to be a coach's challenge. That should be Puerto Rico ball, I believe. That was blocked off Fontecchio.
Yeah, you saw Coach Colon immediately go to the coach's challenge, so he must have had a good angle on this play.
I mean, look, we've got 3 of the very best referees, and you can see how tough a job this is for them to get every decision right. Let's listen to what they have to say.
Again, I think this angle is better. Hey, wait. Let's go just frame by frame now. Let me check it. Okay? Okay. Wait. Let me check in.
So that one you cannot see.
Okay.
Contact with the left of the red, and then we have the elbow of the white player 13. So
Yeah.
it means that we are over
Yeah.
the ball for the red ball, right?
Exactly.
So is it concluded
Okay.
that the last distance?
We have this one too.
Yeah, this one.
This one is very good.
Let's gonna check this one. Okay, you're right. The last touch with the elbow of the white player. So, right decision. It's for the red player, for the red team, okay?
Correct.
Red team. So let's overturn for red team.
Yeah.
Final decision.
Well, great job there by Matt Bulic
Bravo.
and Guilherme Locatelli, but also a big shout out to our official on the monitor, Carlos Peralta from Ecuador. And you know, it's a tough job, but you can clearly see that even the referees, it's a team game for them as well. They got to work together.
Well, they got the call right there. Good challenge from Coach Colon. And a beautiful play from Pinheiro to strip the ball there from Fontecchio, force the turnover.
Well, it's great to meet some of the referees in and around this tournament. You know, their knowledge of the game of basketball is unfound. They know everything about the game. You know, they're very good guys as well, but they have to work together to make sure this game is done the right way. And that is a classic case of getting the job done. Pinheiro trying to find Condit. That's going to be a foul against Richie. Well, Condit just having a few words for Richie on that one. He's got to keep his cool. It's going to be the second team foul, against the Italians.
And you can see Puerto Rico's gone with that small backcourt right now of Howard and Waters. Let's see if Italy tries to attack it on the other end with those post isolations they love so much.
A big rebound there by Romero, just forcing up a circus shot. Now the Italians can retake the lead. They'll find it to Tome. Good recovery by Puerto Rico. Allen's got the mismatch against him. Finds Paola, corner three is up. No good. Again, you can see here, Joel Melli just doing everything to keep the Puerto Ricans off the boards. Tome three in the corner. Gigi deliver it big time for the Azzurri.
Well, it's the second chance points that have given Italy the lead in this game. Puerto Rico struggling to come up with the defensive rebounds.
Finding Howard here off the screen. Fontecchio looking to go to work. Howard back to Condit. Condit again making the extra pass. Waters to make this three, but again, it's going to be way off the mark. Waters really struggling here in the second half. Paola looking for a post-up there against Waters, but that's going to be a hard foul by Waters. Third team foul against Puerto Rico.
And you see Paola trying to back Waters down there. Probably a matchup that they're going to continue to try to exploit.
Second personal foul against Juwan Waters. 1:53 to go here in the third quarter. The Italians leading by 3.
And Puerto Rico goes back to the 2-3 matchup zone.
Fontecchio, can he get his rhythm going? And finally, Superman just found his rhythm from the perimeter, giving the Azzurri a 6-point lead.
Yeah, his first 3 of the game and a big moment to knock it down there.
Waters looking to hesitate. He's trying to find Howard on the handoff. Well, 3 seconds now. Ortiz has to go for short mid-range, and a foul has been committed by Simone Fontecchio. So 2 free throws coming up here for Ortiz, and a chance now for Puerto Rico to try to put some points on the board. Italians currently leading the third quarter, 10-7 so far. And the lead forward's going to come in. Juwan Waters is going to just get a small little breather for the Puerto Ricans. Free throws again just need to be so imperative from these 2 teams. Only the second free throw missed in the game for the Puerto Ricans. The Italians have only shot 4 free throws tonight. 5-point ball game. Oh, looking for a post up here. Nice give and go. Finds Fontecchio again. The help side defense of Puerto Rico falling asleep.
Beautiful pass there from Paola. You see him going right back to that low post. He's got size advantages over Howard and Waters when he was in the game. Great cut, too, from Fontecchio there.
7-point lead. Ford tries a three. He'll step back, and again, nothing dropping for the perimeter for the Puerto Ricans. Well, a team that does only live from the perimeter at the moment is just not going for them. Ella kicks out Severini. Nice give and go here. Puerto Rico come up with a loose ball. And they get something here. Potentially final shot of the third quarter for Puerto Rico. Howard's going to look to go pick and roll here, I believe, with George Condit. Condit just waiting now. Howard isolate, pulls up, is up. Three is good. Well, that is a huge three by Howard. And he cuts it down to a 4-point ball game. And again, Puerto Rico, when they look like they're done, coach, somewhere in the magic bag, they just pull something out here. Howard with a deep, deep, deep dagger.
Yeah, and really should have been a 4-point play. You see the contact there from Paola at the end. Howard electing to isolate there at the top of the key. Big shot there to keep Puerto Rico within striking distance.
Andiamo.
Again, it's been good ball move there. You can see Stefano Tonuco baseline and just no regard and no mercy. Boy, smell Romero.
Yeah, powerful finish there from Tonut. That's what he does best, driving to his right hand, finishing with that athleticism.
Well, that was a tough one-legged fadeaway coming from Pinheiro. Dying moments of the shot clock. That was over Fontecchio. But look at the pick and roll scenario. Condit, again, responding with revenge there. Well, that was the three-pointer that gave the Puerto Ricans the lead, coach.
Yeah, you see Spissu trying to come off the corner to help on the drive.
But it's amazing how quickly that Puerto Rican lead just evaporated.
Well, Italy went on a quick 8-0 run to respond to that. You see Howard here with the big three down the stretch. But it's really been the second chance points of Italy that have hurt Puerto Rico so much. Every time that they've been able to come up with a stop, can't finish it off. 16-2 in second chance points in favor of Italy.
Well, use that QR code we just showed you to get courtside 1891, the official platform showing you the 2023 FIBA Basketball Cup. Courtside 1891. Download it today, ladies and gentlemen. Well, the Azzurri are going to start here with Datome, Richie, Severini, Fontecchio, and Paola here on the court, while the Puerto Ricans going with Howard, Alib Ford. We'll see if Sean Holland checks back into the game, and with George Condit. Datome, quick three, and again, a quick response there by the Azzurri.
Yeah, nice set play there from Italy to start that quarter, going to the mid post again with Fontecchio, but this time setting the screens off the ball for Datome up top.
7 points of separation. Howard back to Ortiz. The big pop is up. Three is up, but no good. And Puerto Rico just really struggling from the perimeter tonight, coach. 5 to 17 only. Come off the screen, kick it out. Datome's made 1-3 now. Can't get another one. But again, it's Severini on it with a block. Puerto Rico need to keep in bay here in the first few moments. He's looking for a handoff, finding Ford. He'll try another three, and again, it's not going in.
Yeah, that's not the shot you want from forward. Really more a catch and shoot guy, trying to get it done off the dribble there.
Fontecchio baseline, kicks out. Paola had it. Fontecchio nowhere to go. 2 seconds out. The foul is going to be called against John Holland. It's a bit of a confidence blow for the Puerto Ricans because there was only a few seconds left on the shot clock.
Well, again, the offensive rebound, such an issue for Puerto Rico. And surprised they're going to the man-to-man defense right now. Italy posting up Howard any chance that they get, trying to draw the double teams and playing off of that.
Well, Puerto Rico need to dig deep. They need to get stops, and then they need to get buckets, something they've really struggled at here in the second half. We're coming off the ball screen. Richie had the three-pointer. This time decides to go for it, stepping up big time. And now it's a 10-point lead here to the Azzurri. And already they look like they're celebrating.
Yeah, big shot there from Richie. Passed up the first pick and pop. Went with the more difficult one in the corner, but finally Italy able to knock down some three-point shots here at the start of the fourth quarter.
Dobbiamo vincere questi 3 minuti.
We have to play all the possession. Press straight, okay? Now open, Howard.
L'unica cosa, quando attacchiamo, guardiamo i passaggi. Pum, 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 tiriamo dall'angolo. Ok? Facciamo la cosa semplice. Andiamo.
Niente facile, niente facile.
Well, Gigi Datome has played some good minutes so far here for the Italians coach. I mean, veteran play, 11 points so far, but his contribution has been 3 for 4 from the perimeter. 3 big three-pointers for this Italian team.
Yeah, no question. One of the few players able to knock in threes in this game, and that's what he does best. Has been a real spark plug here. I think that three to start out this fourth quarter is really enlightened this group right now. You see the emotion from everyone during that timeout.
Well, no need for the Puerto Ricans to push the panic button. There's plenty of time left in this game, but they have to get a better shot selection on offense.
Well, no question about that, but the biggest issue, just the extra possessions that Italy's getting. Normally that's flipped. Puerto Rico has been one of the better offensive rebounding teams here, but 17-3 advantage for Italy on the offensive rebounds so far in this game.
Finding Waters off a curl screen. Waters now, John Holland pulls up in the mid-range. Again, just nothing dropping. Italians defense proving too strong right now here for Puerto Rico. Fontecchio going all the way to Ken, just towers his way to the bucket. And could it be Superman time, Coach?
Oh, great finish there from Fontecchio. Surprisingly, Puerto Rico staying in that man-to-man with that small backcourt. Italy's going to have a lot of size advantages there.
That's a big response there by Tremont Waters, cutting it back down to single digits.
Yeah, I would expect to see post-isolation, maybe from Datome. Ayola also with the size advantage on his man.
Fontecchio looking to isolate here. Got it by going for the tough mid-range. That's good defense by John Holland.
It's a curious decision there. See Fontecchio with the great finish, but of the three guards, Fontecchio had the biggest defender in Holland. Nobody trying to attack the smaller Howard and Waters. A little bit of a push-off there maybe from Fontecchio, but you see Spiso back in the game now.
Well, that's an interesting decision there, taking Fontecchio off. I know he missed the last crazy shot, but you know, he was starting to cook a little bit.
Well, he's played big minutes in this game with the smaller backcourt right now of Puerto Rico. Maybe trying to steal a few minutes here before he comes in to finish things.
Waters now made his last three. Italians don't want to give him any room. Waters, big three. Pinheiro off the bench, takes this one again. Just can't get it to drop. And it's tough when you've just come right off the bench, Coach.
We can say they were running a defender from the corner there, trying to get Waters to give up the ball. He makes the right play to pass to the corner, but Pinheiro can't knock it down.
Trying to be aggressive here. Severini wide open. Richie made his last three. Goes for another one. And again, the Italians delivering here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Richie stepping up big once again, and Italy finding their three-point stroke here in the fourth quarter.
Well, about to turn it over again. Costly play here. Severini going all the way. Missed the layup. Only one Puerto Rican player getting back. And there you can see Coach Colon saying, guys, what are you doing?
Well, the turnovers leading to transition opportunities for Italy. That's been the story of the game. The extra possessions for both offensive rebounds and forcing turnovers.
Well, struggled in the first half of the perimeter, but at the moment just found his mojo from three-point land, and what a time to find it, Coach.
Well, that's what he does, a pick-and-pop four-man. Had struggled in the first half, but able to knock in two big threes here.
Well, Severini with a chance to make this a 14-point ball game, but this is the first one. And the Italians, even though they have a surmountable lead, it was 6:06 to go. They don't want to show any signs of lackluster. A 13-point ball game. Well, Waters pulls up for a tough one, and again, trying to get the offensive board. Finding Howard. Howard goes for a quick three. Bit of contact, no foul called. Romero fights the offensive board. It's got to go up with it. Doesn't get the ad one, but that's what Puerto Rico's been missing, Coach.
Yeah, no question about it. That's the spirit and fight that we've seen from them, especially on the offensive boards. Usually one of their trademarks, just 5 offensive rebounds so far in this game. 2 on that possession there, though.
Well, opening day missed those 2 free throws in regulation. Yeah, missed another one. It's looking tough here for Puerto Rico. Still time left in the game, but again, they not finding much confidence or belief in their offense. Makes the second one. 12-point ball game. It's now Nicola Melli coming back into the game here for Severini.
Yeah, let's see if Puerto Rico goes back to that 2-3 matchup with the small backcourt here of Waters and Howard.
They're trying to pick it pop here, Richie. Puerto Rico 2 team fouls, so it's a pump fake. Kicks out, big 3. Spisu doesn't get it. Puerto Rico survived this one. Howard crossing over, draws ball. Should have gone for the shot there, Coach. He could have gone to the free throw line.
Yeah, he really should have. I think you see the frustration there.
Well, that could be a bit of a costly error there. That would have been a phenomenal way to put some points on the board without taking time off the clock. Howard thought about the 3, goes in for the floater. Again, he just takes some very tough shots, but again, it's what I've said about this young man, Coach. He doesn't lack any confidence.
Well, those two need to get going for Puerto Rico to have a chance to climb back in this. You see them back in the 2-3 matchup.
Spisu now finding Paola. Things are on fire right now. They feel the confidence. Richie going in. Again, a beautiful move. He's got 8 points already here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Richie has found his rhythm here in this quarter. Beautiful curl and the right-hand floater there.
Waters down the middle. Pinheiro. Nowhere to go here. Finds Condit. Condit going baseline. Has to pull up for the mid-range. Takes this one again. Well, the Italians just saved that one, but at the moment, Puerto Rico Not really going for second chances here. Not trying to give themselves something extra to go for.
And the problem here with the zone, Italy able to work a lot of shot clock against this defense.
Kicks out, Gigi gets closed out. No time for a three-pointer. Goes for a tough one in the corner. Under 4 minutes here. Puerto Rico down by 12. That's another foul. That's going to be the 13th foul against the Italians. Double change coming into the game right now for the Azzurri. Paiola and Jatome leave. Fontecchio and Tonu come back in.
Yeah, and that was Paiola's 4th foul there. Not much he could do, just trying to slow down the transition opportunity for Waters.
Hey, one thing at a time. If we force each shot and they don't rebound, don't let it break. We have to keep playing the game, okay? We got the ball in the side. We got the ball in the side. Icy, you take it out, okay? This is Howard. Howard. This is in my hand. This is in my hand.
Well, here are some of the key replays. Man, Richie has been big time so far. Probably the anchor for the Italians in the 4th quarter, Coach.
Well, he finally got going here. Had some open looks in the first half that he didn't knock down, but a couple of big threes here in the 4th quarter.
Well, that was the curl screen or the penetration he went for. And just using the backboard, you know, just so smooth there. And again, the reaction from Gianmarco Bezzecco. 13 points, 2 rebounds, but you know, the majority of it's come when it matters for the Azzurri.
Yeah, he's really stepped up here in the 4th quarter. You see the emotion of Coach Bezzecco. Italy knows they're just 4 minutes away here from punching their ticket to the quarterfinals.
Well, it's going to be a baseline ball hit to Puerto Rico. It's now or never for the Puerto Ricans. They got to get the ball inbound. Finding Howard. A three-pointer here would be big for the Puerto Ricans. It's going to be a kickball violation, so fresh 14. You can see George Condon going and arguing with the closer official, Martin Kovzlowski, saying, how come you didn't call that one?
Yeah, I think there's a little concern there, but good job from the trail official. Guillermo may have seen that.
Well, the key thing for the Italians is being able to frustrate Tremont Waters, make life difficult for him. They know that he's a great player. Finds Pinheiro. Pinheiro now trying to take on Fontecchio. Takes a tough fadeaway, draws the foul. This is good for Puerto Rico. Chance to put some points on the board with 3:27 to go here in the 4th quarter. Trailing by 12.
Yeah, and if you're Fontecchio, the last thing you want to do right now is foul, slow the clock, giving Puerto Rico a chance to put points on the board with the clock stopped here. And I would expect to see some full court pressure, you know, maybe sprinkle in some 2-2-1 with that 2-3 matchup zone, but they've got to try to force a few turnovers here, speed up the tempo over these final 3.5 minutes.
Well, we'll see what they do defensively off this free throw. Can cut it down to a 10-point ball game. Makes the second one. Trying to put a bit of pressure here. Puerto Rico coach looks like they're setting back and getting that 2-3 zone. Tonu with the penetration. Again, that's a costly turn. Fontecchio was wide open. And in the end, tried to go to Gianpaolo Ricci.
Yeah, just a little miscommunication there between Tonut and Ricci. Tonut wanted Ricci to stay in the corner. Wow, interesting. You see Paola back in the game here. See the confidence Coach Pizzeco has in his young playmaker.
I'm sure Stefano Tonut appreciated being subbed out there. There seemed to be an awkward altercation there between Pizzeco and Tonut. Howard coming off one screen, finding Condit. Finds Pinheiro pump fakes. That's going to be a hard foul. Well, not too much protest there from the Puerto Rican players.
I think just a good hard foul there from Ricci. Beautiful baseline cut there from Pinheiro. And again, able to get to the free throw line. Stop this game clock right now.
Puerto Rico had 2 team fouls to give. So far as collectively as a team, they've been 9 for 12 for the free throw line. Makes the first one. Pinheiro 4 for 4 this evening from the charity stripe. Now is the time to step up and make everything count here for the Puerto Ricans.
And we saw the 2-2-1 pressure on after the previous free throws. Expect to see that again. Maybe stepping up their pickup points. Look to get a trap or two before Italy crosses half court.
8-point ball game. 2:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. Quarterfinals of the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup on the line. Decent finds. Good D. Oh, they pulled a foul there. Ortiz just coming over. That's not a bad foul though because it is only the 3rd personal foul.
Well, that should be in the act of shooting now. Beautiful pass there from Spissu. Finding Melli there on the roll. Ortiz just a little late in his rotation.
Melli makes the first one.
And you see Coach Pizzeco coming back with Tonut, so a little bit of offense, defense substitution. They'll put Spissu in the game when they need his ball handling. Tonut, they're going to need to match up with one of these dynamic scorers for Puerto Rico.
Like giving up another offensive rebound. That's been the story of the night here. It looks like Puerto Rico coach maybe changing the defense here. Ricci on the baseline and make that 10 points here in the fourth quarter for Gianpaolo Ricci.
Yeah, 19 offensive rebounds for Italy. That's been the difference here.
Stefano Pinheiro, the Italians. Pinheiro, corner's got to make this 3. 3 is up. 3 is no good. And Condit's on the ground. I think he's rolled his ankle. That looks like he's in a world of pain here at the moment.
Yeah, you hate to see that. There were a couple of bodies that went down here.
Condit may have... Well, Condit's been tripped over.
Hard to see there. You know, Melli obviously falling down. Didn't quite see, he rolled his ankle maybe underneath him, but obviously down in a lot of pain right now.
One thing about his coach, this is what I'm going to ask you, is Melli's hit the deck, but he's bored Condit down with it. Should that not be a foul against Italy?
Well, you know, we'd have to go back and see the replay. I think Melli went down though because of the contact from the ball handler, so almost a domino effect there. Condit, unfortunately, at the receiving end of it.
Well, Condit's going to have to leave the game because... Definitely looks like it's done here for sure. Well, Ismael Romero is going to have to come back in the game here for Puerto Rico.
Hate to see that. Condit so big for them throughout this World Cup. Clearly in a lot of pain there. Puerto Rico is going to have to come up with some big turnovers here in the final 2 minutes. Need to extend their pressure, try to get some trapping out of it. Right now they've been A little passive with that 2-2-1 full court pressure. I'd like to see the guard tandem there try to at least trap once or twice. See if they can speed up Italy. Well, interesting here, Coach Cologne going with man-to-man defense.
So they're coming off one ball screen. Finds Richie. We'll have to give it a go now. 5 here on the shot clock. Fontecchio, step back, big three. Almost got it. That goes out of bounds. That'll be Puerto Rico ball. 1:33 to go, trailing by 11 points.
Well, they have to go quickly now. Obviously, the dynamic duo of Waters and Howard, both able to create their own shots off the dribble, and they're going to need them to do that.
Let's go listen to what Nelson Colon has to say to his plays.
Okay? Howard, por ti, ok, Mael, y aquí va a estar Tremo. Listen, va pick here, por ti, Howard go down, stay here. When he got the ball, aquí, that pin down, but I want you go here behind, para que his man pay attention on you. Y entonces Ismael te vira y sale Howard por el otro lado. ¿Ok? Va pick por ti a Howard. Go, Jordan Howard, go. Ismael, Cortina Tremont, te vira aquí mismo. Screen a Howard in the corner. We scored. Nos quedamos. 2-2. 2-2-1, okay? Vamos, let's go.
Well, again, it's been a big fourth quarter here from the Azzurri. Big three-pointers. You know, players who really stepped up big time again. Gigi Datome, as he does on all occasions, but Gianpaolo Ricci, coach, the unsung hero of this Italian team.
Yeah, he really came alive there in the fourth quarter, finally able to knock in a few threes, and that seemed to spark the rest of his teammates. You heard Coach Cologne in that timeout looking for Howard there, maybe off of a flare screen for a corner three, and then they'll go to their 2-2-1 pressure after a make here.
Well, you got to be quick. Well, ankle breaker. Ortiz corner. Got to make this one. And again, it's just not dropping for the Puerto Ricans. Coach, they get good looks in the perimeter, but it's just not been their day.
Yeah, that one, tough break there. Ortiz with a wide open look, but they've got to be aggressive here. Look to trap, look to force some turnovers. Right now, allowing Italy to milk this shot clock.
Well, finds Melli pump fakes, and again, that might be the icing on the cake there for the Italians.
Yeah, beautiful Spanish pick and roll play there. Melli getting free underneath.
Waters now pulls up for another quick three-pointer. Just can't get it. The Azzurri now 50 seconds away from getting back to another quarterfinal here in the FIBA Basketball World Cup. You can already see the celebrations getting ready from the Azzurri coaches. Fontecchio, three, takes it. Buonanotte, Italia. Forza Italia from Superman Fontecchio. Well, forget the name Simone Fontecchio. Coach, he is Superman Fontecchio.
Well, the nail in the coffin there from Fontecchio, and you know, for him, a sigh of relief to see the three-pointer go in. You see the emotion from the bench there as these Italians have punched their ticket to the quarterfinals.
Well, the Italian coaches getting ready to celebrate. Forza Italia, they're on their way to the quarterfinals. They win this one, 73-57, in a great game against Puerto Rico. Phenomenal job by Gianmarco Bezzecco, and his play has been, you know, Gianpaolo Ricci. What a big-time player. It's been a double-double coming from Superman Fontecchio.
Yeah, Fontecchio found his rhythm a little bit in that fourth quarter, but it's really Ricci and his offensive production that was able to blow this thing open. The second chance points and extra possessions, just too much for Puerto Rico to catch up. 22-3 in second chance points in favor of Italy in this game.
Well, these Puerto Rican players, again, they have shown heart, desire, represented their country at the highest level. They have been fantastic. It almost breaks your heart of any neutral fan watching this game to see such a great country be knocked out here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup.
Yeah, well, disappointing result there from Puerto Rico. Not their normal style of play. Generally, they're the ones beating teams on the rebounds, but today it was Italy with the extra effort plays, coming up with the forced turnovers, coming up with the offensive rebounds, able to keep themselves in the game when the shooting was really struggling. And then, of course, in the fourth quarter, finally finding their stroke from the three-point line.
Well, big victory for the Azzurri. I Fratelli d'Italia. They've done it. They'll go to the quarterfinals. They're done here at the Araneta Coliseum. And they'll be heading to the MOA, the Mall of Asia Arena, where the quarterfinals onwards will take place for the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup. Coach, you got to see 6 3-pointers for Puerto Rico. We're used to seeing them getting between 10 and 15 every game, and that was the difference in this one.
Yeah, well, both teams struggled from 3 overall, but for Italy, at one point, they were 3 for 22 in this game. So just stuck with it, created those extra possessions through the offensive rebounding, and eventually found enough threes to separate from Puerto Rico here.
Well, 48 rebounds, Coach. I mean, I said the 3-pointers is the difference, but you highlighted this time and time again. Second chance points really did put the nail in the coffin for the Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, 22 to 3. It's going to be impossible to beat a team that way. Italy able to create 18 more field goal attempts than Puerto Rico through those offensive rebounds and forced turnovers.
Well, here are your top plays in the fourth quarter. Puerto Rico, they did take the lead by 2 points in the third, and you kind of felt that the momentum, the tide had turned. But credit to the collective nature of the Fratelli d'Italia, led by their veterans in the early stages. Tome with 8 points, but again, it was all about Signore Gianpaolo Ricci. This man, well, he was phenomenal.
Yeah, big shot there from Ricci. You saw him pass up the pick and pop 3, go to the off the dribble, and perhaps that was a sign that he was starting to feel good.
Well, Fontecchio did struggle this game, but had some big moments. Still a double-double for that matter. I mean, again, it was probably not his best game offensively, but you'd expect that from an NBA All-Star.
Yeah, you know, not the most efficient game for him, but he was able to come up with big plays in the fourth quarter when they needed him.
Well, Gianpaolo Ricci hitting the big one at the big moments. That's called bang-bang time in Italia. A credit to these Puerto Rican players. I mean, we're really looking forward, of course, you know, to the OQTs, but not to mention the FIBA America qualifiers. They are going to be a big team to look out for.
Well, you know, with the backcourt of Howard and Waters, they're never out of any game. Those two can score with the best of them. Just today, not able to come up with the rebounds that they needed.
Well, Ricci, of course, getting the fadeaway there. Tough play for him in the fourth quarter. Well, he was just monumental. One of the reasons the Azzurri fans, they loved every moment from their superstar. Well, here was the underlying factor, the Spanish pick-and-roll sequence. Now, explain to the fans a bit about Spanish pick-and-roll that are unfamiliar with that term.
Well, you know, it's really created by the Spanish national team coach, Scariola, who is Italian.
Yes.
And really what it means is there's a guard that's behind the big man. He's going to try to set a back pick, see if he can spring that ball handler. So we've seen it a lot from teams here at this World Cup.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, one final game to come here at the Araneta Coliseum to see who else will be joining the Azzurri. Will it be Dominican Republic or will it be Serbia? We'll see you later for the final game. But for now, all our Puerto Rican fans, adios, buenas noches, and all our Italian fans, arrivederci and buonanotte.
Sì, ti sento, prova 1-2, ti sento, prova 1-2.